Good morning, everybody. It's Teepa and Matthew. And today I thought we'd highlight a program that's taking place. It's not in the US, over in the UK. But I do know that there are groups similar to this in the US. I mean, there are bird watching groups. What we want to do is look at what are some local resources that are out there. What kind of environmental resources, places, what kind of people are out there doing things around an activity, an event, a preferred kind of thing. Then what kind of props might somebody want or need, or what's available already in that, and what kind of programming already happens. And are there possibilities of taking those items and switching them up? So in other words, now it's time to use our pipes. And what we're going to do is take a little look at what this group did for people living with brain changes to take them bird watching. So let's take a look and listen, see what they're up to over there in the UK.
Oh, got to do that first.
You do. So, Matthew, what's your thought about the place they went? What's your observation?
So it looks like they were outdoors, and they also had the option of being able to go inside as well if they wanted to. In an area that they had.
So one of the things we know about brain fitness, brain wellness, brain health is that getting outside every day is really an excellent idea to reset your circadian clock, to get fresh air, to be part of something, to have things to see. So being outdoors is wonderful. Okay, what else did you notice, Matthew? There was indoors with places to sit.
Yeah, there were places to sit. So thinking of people as our next.
Well, let's go back to place. Don't wander off place yet. Because what did you notice about the walkway that they had arranged?
Yeah, so I mean, they had like sidewalks. It looked like
it was paved, and so people with walker, wheelchair, you could walk. And outside, what was the other thing they found out there that didn't have anything to do with, well, sideways bird? It's a prop. What did they do that was sort of fun that I used to make my Girl Scouts do when they were misbehaved, so till they could get some proprioceptive input? I would say the famous phrase, and they'd know, okay.
I think I missed that part, Teepa.
You missed that. Go hug a tree. So they all gathered around the tree, this massive tree, and they all gathered around. Everybody was laughing. It's like, so being in nature in and of itself is healing, but also having fun with each other. They were a little community. They were stretching around, see how many people it took to go around the tree or something. And then they were all laughing as they moved away from the tree. Yeah. So lest you think I'm a really mean person, what I would do is when the girls would be having these squabbles or people were doing things they shouldn't have been doing, like stripping leaves off trees, I say, go hug that tree. Hug it tight and think about how it would feel to have somebody strip something off you. And it's like, now when you apologize to the tree, come on back. But it's like, we're responsible for what we do. So what kind of program did you notice, Matthew?
Yeah, the programming definitely around birds. I mean, you got an opportunity to go see birds, and how cool it was. The place we were talking about that was indoors, it was set up so that you could see a habitat that looked like it was created to welcome in wildlife, especially birds.
Yeah. And so they had props. When we go back to props, they had binoculars that people could use, and some people were just watching. People were talking and pointing with their fingers. But they also had walked and they had gone somewhere. They got a little orientation program, it looks like, before they started, and you're going to go out and see some things. Then we'll come back and we'll observe the birds, and you got to watch them duck under and go back up and maybe identify some of the birds. But there was a lot of fellowship.
Yes, there
as
was.
well.
Yeah, you could see how all of them together, smiling and laughing and looking. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. So the thing that makes that all happen is pipes. And one of the tricky parts is the transitions, because those people don't live there, obviously. They live elsewhere. They go from somewhere to this place. So getting to places is always a bit of a challenge. And when we think of programming and this wonderful activity, it's like, okay, so how do we build in the how to you get there from where you are? And in the States, it's one of our biggest challenges because transportation is not really thought about that much. We don't have good transit systems. We don't have wonderful. There's so many communities that struggle where isolation is partly because of where you live and where these places are. Like they're deserts for bird watching because you're in a densely populated area with very few opportunities. You may not even have trees. And then there's these wonderful places where you can come to, but they may not have seating or they may not have pathways or walkways where you can enjoy it. So putting everything together, and then how do you get there? How do you get back? Do you have a way if somebody needs to go to the bathroom? Do you have access to those resources?
So Teepa, this reminds me of something because it's no secret. Snow Approach does Brain Connection Cafe.
We do
multiple times. And I believe there's a group of folks who come from a place where people live out there in Hillsborough who come to partake. And so I'm like thinking of them, how they have to organize getting everybody onto the bus, bringing everybody over, bringing some of the staff over, being able to be there, and all of the pieces that go into that. But they figured it out. And so when it came to that, what was it that you noticed about how they were able to pull that off? Because that didn't just like suddenly, it took some time.
They have one very committed, very special engagement leader who truly believes in the value of helping people stay in community. Not a small little community, but in community, and come out and be with other people and have fun and enjoy. And the only thing that's hard is that she's that one person. So she has to make sure everybody gets back well ahead of their dinner. So it means they have to leave sort of like, because meals are served, and it's sort of that, okay, so we have to worry about that transition for folks and how we, make sure they come in, they have enjoyment, and then they have to leave. And it's like, yeah, that thing. But I mean, they're here.
They are. Yes. Yeah. And like you said, because of what they've done, because of them initiating. So going back to the pipes, they prepared, they initiated, they got participation, and now it's moving and they have the evaluation.
There's got a rhythm to it. I mean, and it's very different than when this particular person was out on maternity leave. Didn't work. Couldn't do it. But now that she's back, and some of the folks who used to live there have gone back to families, or they're like part-time, like whatever, we still have those people coming in. So, it's kind of fun to see friends from near and far when we're a destination. Now, we are not bird watching destination, although we have people who travel and, and they do have our garden, and people can do the butterflies and the flowers, and we have so many opportunities for people to do things. But what we wanted to show you is what a group in UK has done and how fun it can be to live life well when you're living with brain changes, whether you're the one living with brain changes or you're the one supporting someone living with brain changes, when you can get out of the box of care and start thinking about life. Because here at Snow Approach and at Positive Approach to Care, we believe that dementia is a life condition, not a health condition. We think it's something you have to learn to live with until there's a cure. And you have to learn how to support someone in meaningful ways while you support yourself. Because we don't need more people struggling with their own brain changes. We need people to recognize brain changes and start to do something about it. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Look around you. What programs exist? I know here in our area, we have the Audubon Society. We have the bird count that happens episodically. We know that we have turkey buzzards that love Hillsborough. And so we can sort of figure out what's going on. We also have a herd of crows. I think it's called Murder of Crows that love our pecan trees out back. And when they all land, in the fall, they make all the pecans, and it sounds like an attack. We also have cardinals that live near outside. We have 2 bluebird boxes that the Girl Scouts put out front. We have bluebirds nesting in them. We have the baby birds. We have a goldfinch. So right here in the little town, we have all kinds of animals and birds, and it's lots of fun. And for those who like it, it's a great opportunity. All right, everybody. Doesn't have to be a major trip, but you do have to look up, look out, look around, and make choices, because intention without action, it's just a thought. Okay, everybody. Till next time, take care of yourself. Take care with your care. See you soon.
Thank you, Teepa. Bye, everybody.